Tommy's eyes tell a story he refuses to speak out loud. He has built his world on strength, on the belief that fear keeps order and chaos only responds to force. But now, for the first time, he is being challenged, not by an enemy, but by someone who believes there is another way forward. That belief shakes him more than any threat ever could. It forces him to confront the truth that maybe his way of doing things has created more enemies than protection. The person standing against him is no longer just defending a brother. They are standing up to an entire system of violence that has consumed everyone around it. Their voice carries weight not because of power, but because of conviction. They are willing to risk everything: reputation, safety, loyalty, to stop another irreversible mistake. That kind of courage doesn't come from strength alone. It comes from desperation mixed with hope. Around them, the air feels thick with consequences. Every second that passes makes the situation harder to control. Allies begin to question where they stand. Enemies quietly observe, waiting to see who will crack first. This moment exposes cracks in the foundation of Tommy's empire that were never meant to be seen. The control he once held so tightly now feels fragile, like glass ready to shatter at the slightest push. What makes this moment so dangerous is not the threat of violence, but the emotional truth buried beneath it. The person standing in Tommy's way understands that once a certain line is crossed, there is no coming back. They are trying to stop something irreversible. Not just a death, but the final loss of humanity in someone they still care about. That realization hangs heavy in the air, making every breath feel like a decision. As the standoff continues, the balance of power quietly shifts. The person who was once seen as expendable now holds the emotional upper hand. They've forced Tommy to pause, to think, to feel, and that hesitation may be the most powerful weapon of all. In a world where fear rules, hesitation becomes a crack in the armor. A sign that control is slipping. This moment doesn't end with shouting or gunfire. It ends with something far more dangerous: uncertainty. The kind that lingers long after the room empties. The kind that changes how every future move is made. From this point on, nothing will be simple, and nothing will be clean. The choice made here will echo through every alliance, every betrayal, and every life touched by this war. The aftermath of that moment doesn't explode all at once. Instead, it settles in slowly, like smoke filling a closed room. Every person involved walks away, carrying something heavy, out, fear, guilt, or regret. The silence that follows is louder than the confrontation itself. Nothing has been resolved, yet everything has changed. What once felt stable now feels fragile, like a structure held together by cracks no one wants to acknowledge. Tommy moves forward, but not with the same confidence he once had. The certainty that once defined him is now fractured. Every decision he makes after that moment carries weight, because he knows eyes are watching him differently. Loyalty feels thinner. Respect feels conditional. Even those who still stand beside him are no longer sure where he truly stands. Power, once effortless, now demands constant proof. The people around him feel the shift immediately. Conversations become cautious. Trust becomes rare. No one knows which version of Tommy they'll face: the ruthless enforcer, or the man who hesitated when it mattered most. That hesitation changes how others move. Some grow bolder, sensing weakness. Others grow afraid, worried that instability will bring chaos down on everyone. What makes this moment so dangerous is that it plants doubt in places that once felt unshakable. The rules that once governed everything now feel flexible, even breakable. And when rules lose their meaning, people start writing their own. That's when betrayal becomes easy. And loyalty turns into a gamble. The person who stood in his way doesn't walk away unscathed either. By stepping into that moment, they've drawn a line that can't be erased. They've shown courage, but also exposed themselves. From this point forward, they are no longer just a voice of reason, they are a target. Every move they make will be watched, every word weighed for weakness. The choice to stand up came with a cost, and that cost will be collected sooner or later. As time passes, the weight of that confrontation begins to shape every decision. Conversations carry hidden meaning. Glances last a second too long. Even silence feels loaded with intent. The world around them hasn't changed on the surface, but underneath, everything is shifting. Old alliances begin to strain, and new ones form quietly in the shadows. This is how power truly changes hands, not through loud declarations or violent takeovers, but through moments where doubt creeps in and trust fractures. The damage isn't immediate, but it's permanent. What was once clear becomes uncertain. What was once controlled becomes unpredictable. By the time the dust settles, the consequences of that single moment will stretch far beyond the people involved. It will shape future decisions, fuel future conflicts, and haunt every choice made afterward. The path ahead is no longer straight. It twists, bends, and darkens with every step forward. And the most dangerous part of all is this: no one knows who will still be standing when the next move is made.